temple. But now I'm off the hizzle and slowly full of that ripple. I'm watching it dangle like a past participle. Mix my ripple with moat for sham pipple. Taking spring water hits us a mid-pine thistle. That good green that'll wet your whistle. Hey, smoke got food, don't be pulling your pistol. And get your girl hit with my master struck missile. See chewing out the frame like a brand new pistol. Stroke a jawbone down to the marrow and gristle. Full facial blow bubbles and rub it on your pimples. She left the hotel smelling like a sack of hot crystals and pistol smoke. It's one for broke. Then I put it in her throat and she broke the choke. Should've told you how chunky it was. Go and get your girlfriend so she can help you out. Scream it out now. It ain't easy, man. Claim fame. Oh God, put me in the game. I'll be a man amongst boys forever, living life like a grown man. A grown man.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's another Thursday night, so you know what that means. We're back to reading some comics. And if you don't know, the whole reason I started reading comics is because when I started streaming, I have multiple hobbies. And when I started streaming, I started to acquire quite a backlog of comics that I hadn't read. Backlog of comics, backlog of video games, backlog of board games. So I wasn't getting enough time to read them. So I figured, hey, why not just read them on stream? So each week I grab a couple of the comics that I pick up from my pool, and we chill out and read them. Put my phone over here, out the way. So we just chill out and read comics. I grabbed 4 out of the many that I read, or many that I buy. This week I got picked up Outcast and Skyward and X-Force number 2. Some Green Lantern number 4. I'm way behind on Green Lantern, so I really have to catch up on that. Some Justice League. I'm kind of behind on Justice League. Tonight, we're going to be reading Young Justice number 2, Prodigy number 3. Those are earlier series. We checked out Prodigy and Young Justice last time. Marvelous X-Men and Uncanny X-Men number 11. Now, Marvelous X-Men number 1 stems from the entire timeline with should I just do finger puppets the whole time? It just distracted me. All right. Yeah, the Marvelous X-Men stems from the whole timeline, the alternate world where X-Men got rid of the X-Men after their huge battle. So he did away with the X-Men, and now it's supposed to be this entire utopia. Need some look. Well, looks like my hands are ashy, but they're not. This entire utopia. It stems from the Age of Apocalypse. That's what it's taken from. But apparently, all is not as what it seems with this utopia. So, hey, what's going on, Jolie? Thanks for dropping in. Hey, no worries. I'm just appreciate you stopping by to say what's up. We're gonna be reading Marvelous X-Men tonight. Young Justice number 2. And if you don't know, by the way, these 2 are variant covers. Prodigy number 3, Mark Millar, one of my favorite writers, and Uncanny X-Men number 11, the return of Cyclops Van Damme. That's not his real name, but you know. So we're gonna start with since this is issue number 1. Start with this Marvelous X-Men. Alright, and of course if there's anything that you guys want to interested in reading or talking about, just hit me up in the chat. Just say what's up. But we're going to continue on. But like I was saying, this is a variant cover, Age of X-Men. I really like this one. I usually don't get variant covers, but Storm, I'm a huge X-Men fan. Storm being one of my all-time favorites, of course. I got a message on tomorrow. I'm a huge Marvel fan here. Have fun. Oh, you know what? Jolie, I always try to have fun. We're going to have to compare Marvel notes. I'm sure there's a few things I can find if they, if comics were inexpensive as they are. $4 for this. But there's something out there for everyone. I read a whole bunch of everything. Marvel, DC, Image, Dark Horse. I'm all over the board. Read a little Mouse Guard, Aspen Comics. Well, I'm glad you like Storm. That's awesome. I didn't think her eyebrows were that white, though. But I guess it would have to fit with her hair. So it threw me off a little bit. Alright, Marvelous X-Men. So, welcome to a perfect world. Everyone is a mutant, special, powerful individual. No more strife, oppression, or dependence. Age of X-Men. A dream made real, a dream that must be protected at any cost. The Marvelous X-Men, Colossus, Storm, Magneto, Nature Girl, X-23, Nightcrawler, Jean Grey, and X-Men are the planet's first line of defense. Using their unique abilities to keep the world safe, they are adored as they should be. And if you remember, we read Age of X-Men the Alpha. We read Age of X-Men Alpha last week. And Bishop was originally part of the Marvelous X-Men, but he had a relationship with Jean Grey, and apparently that's not allowed. So he was removed, and I'm talking about everyone that knew him was mind wiped, his memories mind wiped from them. So it's kind of weird to see what's actually going on here, but it's still intriguing nonetheless. And when they removed Bishop, they replaced him with X-23, not only in everyone's memories, but also in photos and everything like that. So that was kind of crazy. Alright, Jolie. Thanks for dropping in. Catch you later. What would you sacrifice for your dreams? A moral question that I can never answer until I meet myself. Nate Gray, an alternate version, rather. Unlike the old me, he knew the infinite value of autonomous existence. He knew the virtue of selflessness leads to safety for future generations. Is this a cardboard house? Because it looks like a cardboard cutout of a house. See X-Men 69 2000. It's a long time ago. That Nate is largely responsible for the mutant I am today. He gave up everything and saved the universe. No matter how big a question I asked him, he always recounted the same parable. A curious boy asked his deity, "What is the self? What is the body? What is the divinity?" The deity replied, "They are the flowers at your feet. They are the flowing waters of the ocean. They are the dreams you dream. All are one. All are the same." Now that humanity has evolved. What's up, Ricketts? Oh, well, I don't think you want me to scratch and sniff Nature Girl over here and see what she smells like. Yeah, we reading, either Thursday or Friday. I try to read some comics because my backlog was just getting out of control. So I grabbed 4 tonight. This is Marvelous X-Men #1. Then we got Young Justice coming up, Prodigy, and finally going to end with some Uncanny X-Men. So now that humanity has evolved, I finally understand what he meant. We are all the same. We are all gifted. We all carry the X gene. Parody aside, people are imperfect even within a perfect world. Like the old world, we still work together. We're still friends. We still protect the world as a group. But I know better than anyone. In all circumstances, even in the most crowded rooms, even with thousands of thoughts in your head, we're always alone. You never learn to read? Well, here, I can teach you. 24 karat magic. 24 karat magic. Just listen and follow along, children. The only difference is, in this new era, we embrace it. From co-workers to teams to countries to races to nations. Every human group is, and always has been, comprised of secluded island universes. When we accept isolation, we become the world. And in turn, the world becomes our tribe. And we do whatever it takes to protect this dream. X-Men, your action is required. Sometimes I do voices, Rickett, so you're in for a treat. The X-Men get a call to arms, like X-Men, your action is required. It keeps repeating. I want to know how. They still haven't explained how Colossus lost his arm. This is the X Sanctuary. They running like the Scooby Gang here. I can't help but hear like Banana Splits music around here, like dun, 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 dun. It's like a forest fire is threatening to consume Los Angeles. The blaze is out of control. X-Men, it's much worse. Tomorrow's mutants are in danger. They're screaming. It's encroaching on Cerebral West. That's where I was born. From Nature Girl. I don't read German very well, but I'm going to give it a try. Mein Gott, the people of Los Angeles don't deserve this. We must move. I do a horrible Nightcrawler. Just giving y'all a heads up. Do the voices. Has anyone been displaced? Do they have anywhere to go? Yes, Magneto. Part of a suburban neighborhood has already been consumed, but no reported injuries. No safe zone yet. How fast is it spreading? Very. The winds are picking up, feeding the inferno. I'll need Nature's Girl's assistance to reclaim the forest. I will come. Me too. Yeah, tweet, 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 tweet. What's up, Greg? Thanks for dropping in. We're reading some comics tonight. Then the rest are with me. I'm trying to calm the children's minds, but there are too many. Then let's quit yammering. Ja, time to move. Oh, rest in peace, Dan. So they dropped into Cali. X-Men. I have established a psychic link. It's a massive facility. Communication will be key. The trees, their screams are deafening. Colossus, Nature Girl. Focus on rescuing wildlife. Storm and I will contain the fire from above. Stay behind me, little one. No, you get behind me. The forest will guide us. I hear animals trapped over there. Amazing how much life is in the woods. It is easy to forget. It's literally all I ever think about. 315 people nearby are terrified. I have to go. The winds are with me. We have to get inside. My boy Nightcrawler always beat him to bamf, bamf. I always beat him to the punch. The building's convulsing. These tremors. It's losing structural integrity. Get the kids and staff into groups. I'll start evacuating. I'll keep it from collapsing until I find us an exit. I have to get to the nursery. The kids. I'll figure something out. By Hope's grace, Jean Grey, I knew you'd come. We're trying to calm the little ones. Our powers aren't strong enough. Everything is good in the world. You're doing great. I'll need your help to get them out of here. Alright, Ricketts, thanks for dropping in. Yeah, Greg, we're going to be, actually, Young Justice is coming up after we read this one. I try to go in numerical order since this was Marvelous X-Men #1. We're going to read this. This is only the second issue of Young Justice that's come out. So that's next. Prodigy #3 and then Uncanny X-Men #11. What is... Oh, so she's going into the pod hatchery. Of course, that means curse words. So I insert here. It's like, shit. What do we do about the unborn children? Verdammt. I'll join you in a moment, Fraulein. I like how the intercom is just saying the exact opposite of what's going on. Intercom is like everything is good in the world. Clearly it's not, because their building's on fire. It's like you are safe. And, you know, of course their lives are in danger. So Los Angeles Tower, 37 Charlie. Heavy smoke came out of nowhere. Visibility is at 0. We've got 313 on board requesting immediate diversion. X-Men, my rainfall isn't putting out fast enough. Be there in a second. So is this all of them? No, my shiny friend, this is just the beginning. Isabel adores you. It's like, which one is Isabel? The black-tailed jackrabbit. She can tell you have a strong heart. So if you guys aren't familiar with some of the current X-Men, Nature Girl, she can pretty much commune with nature and wildlife. It's like, we can't remove them from the pods. They're not at term yet. Then we take the pods with us. Being alone is harmony. Never seen babies in their pods before. They're beautiful. But be careful. You are gifted. So peaceful. They could be tomorrow's heroes. Gotta get them out, whatever it takes. Huh? So you are in control. Pain, love, my sister. It's like, what the fuck was that? Everything is good in the world. There's so many. I won't be able to get them all out. That we have to try. Keep moving. Can't let it cloud my mind. I can't control the smoke. There's too much. Like Storm, we should act only to contain it. I hear you, Nature Girl. X-Man, stop it from billowing into the city. Got it. It's like, what's wrong? We have to keep moving. It's just hard for me to accept this devastation as a necessity. The plants, the trees, I can barely hear anything over their cries for comfort. So how is it down there? Cerebro still in flames. Like, still much to be done, but we are on our way to Cerebro. The flora asked for a little more rain just to ease their suffering. To Magneto, how are we doing on an exit? So bring everyone to the roof. The building won't last much longer. So we need help in the hatchery now. Nightcrawler's going overtime. He's like, bam, bam, bam. It's like, X-23, I'll be with you as soon as. Are you tired of being alone? It's okay to love. We can show you the truth. Get them to the roof. Don't stop running. So is this everyone? What's going on in the hatchery? Like, it's protected. We're safe. Do what you have to do. Did Magneto just lifted the top off the building? Oh, and he took the hatchery with him. So like, Mr. Wagner, I loved you in The Spy Who Bamfed Me. So in this, Nightcrawler is kind of a movie star. So everyone loves Nightcrawler, of course. That's probably a movie in there. So they're just arguing over the movies that they love them. It's like, Mr. Wagner, I loved you in The Spy Who Bamfed Me. It's like, no way. Planet of the Sapiens is better. It's like, wait until you see Moon Banther. It's like, where are the others? Say, need a new home. Can we keep them? I already named the Grizzly. X-Men meet Fungus. She insists the bear come back to the X-Sanctuary. Irene Shank, MUTV. MUTV News. Care to comment on today's heroic events? Say, we are merely a few individuals doing our jobs to protect mutant kind. We're just glad nobody was hurt. Say, mighty fine work, Miss Gray. What's next for these poor kids? Cerebral South has already agreed to house them until FEMA can rebuild. The most gifted among them will head to the Summers Institute a few years early. Her antlers are so cool. Can I touch them? We're indebted to you. So there you have it, folks. The X-Men prevent yet another tragedy. So it looks like the X-Men are like pretty much everything from daggone firefighters to the first issue. They like went in, talked down the mutant whose powers came in. And it's always not a single life lost. So this is why I'm proud to be part of the X-Men. It's like no better cause to dedicate your life to, offering hope and strength. I still feel cold. I haven't had to conjure that much rain in months. I remember the days we did nothing but fight, instead of doing what really mattered. How far we've come since our days as revolutionaries. Jean, can I ask you something? Of course. Is it true that mutants used to procreate like other mammals? By Hope's grace, not the question I was expecting. Fine, then can you at least explain to me what romance is? It's like, well, it's simply a dead idea, similar to family, things we've outgrown as a species. So X-Men 3 is tearing up for some reason. Staring out the window. You look like you use some air. How about a walk? She's like, I saw something back there. I can't shake. I felt things. Pain. Torture. It's like, do you want me to see if I can get a better picture? Not a fan of people digging around in my head. I think it'll help to just get it out. It's like, of course. It's like, I won't pry inside your mind. If you want to keep talking, I'll listen. It was like a memory, and I think it was a single fleeting image, but more memories came with it. Feelings I don't remember having. I don't know anything about it, about her. I must sound crazy, but it happened. And with it came so much rage. I felt like hurting people for the first time in a long time. It was like being brought back to my childhood. No, not mine. I think I had a sister. What's up, Ed? Thanks for dropping in. See, it's all a mess. I grew up in a place like Cerebro. They weren't always so damn friendly. So you're not crazy. I understand exactly how you feel. Our births weren't all that different. I'm also a product of cruel, unregulated genetic tampering. Stuff of the old world, before the resolution. I had no idea. Heck yeah, Jacksonville's in YJ2. Also, how are you feeling about the whole Age of X-Men arc that been those one shots and Uncanny? At first, I think I'm gonna try out the number ones to see how I feel about it, Greg. Um, I kind of feel like they're trying to capitalize on the Age of Apocalypse thing, but it's not like an anniversary or anything that was coming up. I was trying to figure out why the need to do this whole universe spanning. I always feel like they kind of go overboard when they do these crossovers and not renumberings, but when they do these crossovers and major plot lines and how they tie into other books, and when really they can just continue to tell the story. So I'm a wait and see kind of person. I'm the only few I kind of have doubt about is the Apocalypse one, the Apocalypse and his love band or whatever it's called, and the Amazing Nightcrawler. But the other three, I do kind of have a genuine interest in. The Prisoner X, and then the Extremist. So, yeah, like I said, I'll probably get the number ones and see how I feel about it afterwards. So Nate Gray is explaining to X-23 that he's like, I'm an impossibility. I come from a timeline that never existed. How absurd is that? I was manufactured in a lab from the genetic material of Scott Summers and Jean Grey. And like you, I was designed to be a weapon. I was so powerful, I barely understood it. It's like, how have you never talked about this? He said, because that would mean bonding, getting close. And that means moving away from perfection. That means moving away from perfection. It was like, Laura, the truth is you do have a sister. Her name is Gabby, and she's like you, a product of James Howlett's DNA. But I can't let you see her. Uh-oh. It says it all starts to unravel. She's like, what? Oh, claws come out. Sleep. It's like, this type of recklessness can't be part of our world. It's exactly the kind of negativity I'm trying to eradicate. I'm sorry. I really am. This is bigger than just you. Bigger than us. We all had to give things up. So is he single? Is X-Man? This is Nate Gray, X-Man. Is he single-handedly mind controlling everybody in the world, or just the X-Men? It's like, it's the only way dreams can last. The next day. So everybody's back, I guess, to Trajala Love. No one's the wiser. It looks like he mind wiped X-23, Laura. And Jean Grey gets a headache. Are you tired of being alone? It's okay to love. We can show you the truth. It's like, Jean! Join our cause. Central Park this Saturday. I've never seen her like this. Embrace the bonds that make life worth living. Insabanur will show you the way. And for those of you who don't know, Insabanur is Apocalypse. Give her space. Are you okay? Yes. I am fine. It's like, I intercepted a psychic signal, some sort of rallying cry. It's like, yeah, we heard it. Those things you uttered. Were the same words printed on the flyer? There's a resistance forming. Yeah, Age of X-Men Alpha, somebody handed him a flyer, and it was Apocalypse and his love caravan. He's walking around the world preaching about love. So what could they possibly be resisting? Us, our way of life, individualism. What more could they want? How could anyone denounce everything that makes this world good? More importantly, who? I don't know. I just got what I think are a few names. In Sabanur, Genesis, and Kitty Pryde. Like, who the hell are they? So, of course, this is the next one. They find out in Savonur. Apocalypse and the Extracts. Prisoner X, I'm interested in. Extremist, I'm interested in. These supposed to be Next Gen. I'm also interested. There was a book a while ago by the name of Next Gen, but nothing as far as this alternate reality goes. So, I can say I'm hooked. I'll read number 2. Age of X-Men, Next Gen, Extremist, Prisoner X that I'm really looking forward to. Amazing Nightcrawler, Apocalypse, and the Extracts. I'm on the fence about, but I'll definitely pick up number 1 to see how it goes. And of course, this beautiful variant cover. Who did the variant? Oh wow, it just says variant cover artist. Oh, this may be Inhyuk Lee. Can't be Carlos Pacheco. I love Pacheco's art. He's one of my favorite artists. Alright. Next up, you got Young Justice. Another variant cover that I picked up. You guys may not know. We still don't know who this is. But I did recognize that she's carrying the forge that Hal Jordan used a while back when he went undercover and he gave up his ring. So that's the gauntlet that she's carrying. And of course, Wonder Girl, Superboy, Robin, and Impulse from the first Young Justice was created with those 3. And we have new introduction, Jenny Hex, who claims to be the daughter of Jonah Hex. And lastly, Amethyst. So this is part of Brian Michael Bendis' Wonder Comics. It's the new line, DC's new all ages line. They also started books like, Sanford Green cover, great. They also started books like Naomi, the Wonder Twins, Dow H for Hero. Those are going to be some of the other titles on Bendis' Wonder Comics line. Last issue, it seemed like they got drawn into Gem World by Amethyst. A few of the gems from other kingdoms came to Earth looking for Superman, if I'm not mistaken. Because Gem World has literally, gone to shit. It's like Gem World, the gym. Like, this place is hell. It's like Lord Topaz is dead. It was like, oh, that's a lie. Did you hear what happened at the wedding of Prince Topaz and Lady Sapphire? No, Ginch, I have a life. Well, Prince Moonstone, if you did, you'd know the entire house of Topaz is already under the control of Opal. Oh, move this over a little bit. Like, and what would you have me do? Why am I out here? Like, join us. Let's make our mark before we lose our chance. If we turn on the House of Amethyst now, if we do it on our own and present it to Opal as an active partnership, we are guaranteed our place at the new table. That doe-eyed Prince Amethyst made her bed. I just don't want to find myself burning on the same funeral pyre she does as the Dark Lord Opal spits on our ashes. Who barely knows how to hold a sword, by the way. It's like, wow. Well, way to sell it, I guess. And what exactly are we to present Opal with to incur this favor? Her head. Amethyst's head. It's like, what? Like, put it in a box? Or, like, do you hear that flap? Oh, come on. Thank you. Oh, had to get a drink. I was trying to think who's flapping. Hmm. It was like, whoa, you want my head? Then come get it. See, the thing I like about Brian Michael Bendis is he always take lower tier characters and, in a sense, just make you care about them. I mean, he did it with his run on Daredevil. I mean, Daredevil wasn't a low tier character. I mean, don't get me wrong, but he really took it down to street level when the gritty. I mean, how many people have heard of Amethyst from Gem World? The Forest of Topaz. So this is Jenny Hex. And now that I think about it, they did give the new Green Lantern a name. Dang, if I had the older issue, I can look it up real quick. I think it was Teen Lantern instead of Green Lantern. It was like, So she's looking inside. She's like, hey, is there someone in that thing? Hello? She has a ray gun and a shotgun. He said, okay, let's try this again. Get the hell off my truck and show yourself before I blast a hole in that thing and just steal a peek. It's like, I wouldn't do that. It's like, and I certainly wouldn't do that. Oh, she's been pointing the gun at her. It's like, what the hell is... Who are you? Say, we were in Metropolis a second ago. I saw you, but hi, I'm Wonder Girl. What's your name? So you look kind of familiar. Are you one of the new outsiders? Like, what is that? You're not one of the Teen Titans. See, and DC's delayed the Wonder Twins. DC's delayed the new Outsiders book, which I was looking forward to. I've got the Outsiders all the way back to the 1960s. With the original, when Batman started it, because the Justice League wouldn't do what he wanted to, and they had Looker on the team. They had Looker and Looker, Katana, Black Lightning. Looker was the vampire. Of course, Geoforce was on there. And then I especially love the reiteration that they did with Nightwing as the leader. Nightwing and Arsenal, Metamorpho. Oh, man. You're bringing back some memories. But this seems to take place around the apparently they know about the new Outsiders, but DC hasn't released that book yet. I'm sorry, are you one of the new Outsiders? Like, what is that? So you're not one of the Teen Titans. Uh-oh. Did we miss something? Like, I don't even know who you are. That devastates me. Oh, so this was weeks ago. Jacksonville, Florida. Atlantic Coast High School. Weeks ago. There is no Atlantic. Is there Atlantic Coast High School? Atlantic Coast High School weeks ago. Hey, we made Young Justice #2. I don't even know. Oh, hold on, let me do my voice. I don't even know who you are. It's like, that devastates me. It's like, oh. And she putting the smackdown on him, literally. Is that Despero? Get off me. I fight Justice Leagues, not some half-formed Booyakachab. Like, sorry, I missed the end of that rant, Despero. Today I found out you do not smell good. And now I do not smell good. It's one of those smells I can't get out of my clothes, isn't it? It's like, you rock, Blondie. It's Zatanna. It's like, oh, miss, thank you. He attacked Star Labs and was just about to get away. It's always something with Star Labs. She's not lying. It's like, I don't mean to be rude, but which one are you? It's like, I'm sorry? Someone back there said you were Zatanna, but it's like, are you a superhero we should have heard of? It's like, oh, I was just flying by and heard the alarms. Didn't mean to end up back in high school feeling like I did back when I went to high school. It's like, oh, I don't mean to be rude. I just can't keep up with all the new superpowered people. It's like, I am the principal here. I'm going to need a full statement and a... Who's this creeper? It's like, fuck. I'm going to need you to be more specific. Like, that's a high... Dames Point Bridge is in there? Maybe it's later on. Greg. I can see it. Oh, there we go. Hey! Dames Point Bridge. Oh, we find out who the creeper is. He was like, hi, Grandpa. Grandpa? Pop? It's like, how about Almighty Zeus, King of the Gods? Well, I need like an echo chamber. It's like, how about Almighty Zeus, King of the Gods? How may I, your granddaughter, be of service to you? So, of course, this story takes place before Wonder Woman 45. It was like, I'm kidding, give Grandpa a hug. It's like, who died? It's like, in the pantheon of the gods? No one. Then exactly how much trouble am I in and what exactly for? The trouble? This is the first time you have ever come to visit me on Earth, Grandpa. Almighty Zeus is fine. It's like meeting me in the middle of nowhere, out of nowhere. This is the first time I remember even hearing of you being on Earth. I come down here all the time. I like the track. It's like, what's going on? I came down here because you and I need a fresh start. A fresh start at what? Our relationship. We don't have... Do we have a relationship? You are Cassie Sandsmark, the future of the pantheon of the gods. DC, you need to work on your ad placements. Because of the Sparrow thing just now, it's supposed to be my job to embrace the future and to teach you what I know so that you can be prepared for your responsibilities to the gods. But that, Wonder Girl, has not happened yet. And I'm going to take responsibility for that. I'm the Almighty, so this is on me. But we do have responsibilities to each other. So I came here to offer you a gift, your birthright. And that is part of the Trinity of the Gods. What Trinity of the Gods? It goes with your bracelets and your lasso. Once you become a full-fledged member of the Pantheon, all three are gifted to you, their rightful owner. He was like, I've never heard of this. That's because no one told you. Like, Wonder Woman never told me. Princess Diana doesn't know everything. That amulet will give you the power to take your place alongside myself and the others. To do what? Protect the realm, for starters. Protect the realm? Why? Why what? Why are you giving this to me? So because you're my granddaughter and it's time. But why now? What did I do to deserve this? You're my Are you not understanding I'm bequeathing to you an item of incredible power? It's like, no, I get it. But I also get that technically you're this dude I barely know who showed up out of the blue to give me something I didn't earn. And that, after all I've been through, makes me all kinds of, well, suspicious. or ungrateful. I asked you what I did to earn this. You seem to do a nice job with that smelly, fin-headed fellow. Cassie's right. I mean, after all she's been through, Zeus just showing up out of nowhere to give her this all-powerful item, I'd be suspicious too. Say, no thank you, sir. No thank you? You know, I kind of got it in my head that I need to earn my own way from now on. Again, all due respect. I clearly have a different definition of what respect is. Hey, if that is mine, and I'm supposed to be part of whatever you're selling, I'll end up there on my own, and when I get there, maybe I'll even know why. I'm done letting guys like you tell me what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to find out what I am when no one is telling me what I am. He doesn't look too happy. You're a giant pain, Cassie Sandsmark. Just like your mother. Oh, wow. It's like, deal with it, Gramps. Uh-oh, now what? I like this book just because the Days Point is all over it. We can take a look at that later. Okay, so that was a nice little flashback. So now they're back to Gym World. So you're not one of the Teen Titans. He's like, yeah, I'm Beast Boy. Oh, good. Sarcasm and a shotgun. It's like, wait, you know who Beast Boy is, but you don't know who I am? It's like, he's a Teen Titan, but you don't recognize... Okay, never mind. So this thing is moving. It's like, whoa. So this isn't your Green Lantern. He said, hey, cool, Wonder Girl. Thank you. Can you all please tell me where I am and what's going on and what this is and where we are and what's going on? Like, hop in the truck. Let's take a look together. Like, hop in the passenger seat, Lantern. Save your energy. It's like, I'm so good. Seriously, though, where are we? That's why I wanted to take to the air. From here, we should get a clear sense of where we are and what we need to do. And they get hit by a horse. It looks like Robin and Amethyst. Robin? Is everyone okay? Well, okay, now, I'm kind of concerned which Robin is this. It clearly is not Damian Wayne, because we've been reading Teen Titans also, and I think it's Tim Drake. But last time I checked, Tim Drake was Red Robin in the pages of Batman. So it's kind of got me curious how continuity is playing in here. Like, is everyone okay? I don't think this was anyone's fault. Like, no one said it was anyone's fault. I'm saying you shouldn't feel like it's your fault, even though you crashed into them. Are you okay, Robin? I'm fine. Your horse does have a hell of a kick, though. It's like I told you. Robin, wow, you have a new best friend in this mysterious faraway land. Oh yeah, hey, this is Amethyst. Amethyst, that's my friend Wonder Girl, but I'm genuinely not sure what the rest of this is just yet. Teen Lantern, I just saved your life. Teen Lantern, that's what it is. How do you know each other? We don't, actually. This is my kingdom, and we literally just... Your kingdom? Unbelievable. See, this is why almost everybody I know wants to kill you as much as I do, Amethyst. I am the Lord Opal of Gem World, which means you now all belong to me. So where did Connor and Bart go? Connor and Bart was in the first issue. So where did they go? Okay, it is Tim. And you were right, Greg. Sanford Green did do the art, the variant cover. Sanford Green variant cover. Patrick Gleason is on the art. Bendis doing the script. So yeah, with this being my second issue of Young Justice, I collected the original series when it started, when it was drawn by Todd Nock. I always screw up his last name. When it was drawn by Todd Nock, it was a very, very favorite of mine. So I'm glad to see that they brought it back. Can't wait to see what they do with it. Now, Prodigy. So Prodigy is the brainchild of Mark Millar and Raphael Albuquerque. And he's supposed to be the world's smartest man. He's conquered and accomplished everything that he's ever set out to dream of. And now he's looking for new challenges and decided to become paired up with a CIA agent. There's a secret organization, and they really pissed me off last issue because they were hunting kids. So I was like, you fuckers. I'm not reading Bitter Root. I've seen it. I've glossed over it, but I wasn't sure how I felt about it. So I was sticking to more my usual taste. What do you read, Greg? So it looks like they're in Tibet. And this guy's supposed to be great at everything. Oh, on the train. So he's like, so where do we go from here, Professor? Samarkand, I believe. These hidden markings are in Astrakhanid code. And I know I'm going to screw up some of these names. And I think they're sending us to Amir Tamir's palace. Burn in hell, Professor Crane. It's like, oh shit. He just blew the front of the train. Or at the back of the train. Angkor Wat, Cambodia. It's like, where now? Pakistan, exactly as I predicted. Or it's jumping around a bit. It's like, run! Get out of the way, you idiots. And if you haven't heard of Raphael Albuquerque's art, he did a series called American Vampire. Highly suggest that you go check it out. And there's an exiled princess who collects arcana with a wolfskin book that should detail the scroll's whereabouts between 905 and 1051. A lot of DC, Bitterroot, The Weatherman, and Skyward from Image. I read Skyward also. I've been reading a lot of Marvel and DC for most of my life, so it was a welcome break when Image started to ramp up some of the titles that they got. I've been picking up more and more independent titles like Unnatural and Outcast and Prodigy, Magic Order. Mark Miller is a favorite artist of mine, a favorite writer of mine. I'm sorry. So I pretty much get a lot of his stuff. Man Eater is another one. Hex Wives is another one that I'm reading from Image. All of them are great books. Great books. Especially when you've been reading comics for a while and you get used to the same old drool of superheroics. And it's like a I always say that when there's a 60-year history, you have a lot of backlog. Um, and it's kind of difficult to tell a new story that is not based off of something else. So, like when I get stories like this from Image, these independent stories, it's a kick of fresh air to see the new creaticism. So he's like, there's an exiled princess who collects arcana with a wolfskin book that should detail the scroll's whereabouts between 9:05 and 10:51. It's like the vault in her home has 100 armed guards, but they shouldn't give us any trouble than these men did. So he's like, Rachel, grab the case. It's like, I'll catch you, I promise. So she gets the case, and this is Pakistan. It looks like you're out of options, Professor. Looks like if your friend lets go, she loses our book. If you let go, you lose everything. As for us, well, the expression shooting fish in a barrel comes to mind. So now, these records you've stolen are obviously priceless, and our employer wants you to die for annoying her. Does that sound reasonable to you? Like, is this what you want? Is this what you wanted to be when you grew up? A hired thug whose life is dictated by other people for a small financial reward every week to buy things that would never make him happy. It's like, excuse me? So your father walked out when you were 5 years old. Your stepfather, I suspect, put you in a hospital on more than one occasion. Your mother always sided with him. That broke your heart, didn't it? It's like, Professor, stop teasing guys with guns. It's like, but you're better than the path he started you on when you ran away from home. I'll tell you what life could be like if you want. Come closer, and I'll tell you everywhere you've been going wrong. So he's just psychoanalyzing these guys. I was like, help them up, please. Be careful not to hurt them. Professor, we're so sorry. It's like, you've nothing to be sorry about, Danish. You're a product of circumstance, and circumstances change. Let's create a version of you that doesn't feel so lost. Like the Indian Ocean. It's like hanging around with Hannibal Lecter. I've never seen anything like it. Are you really going to give those guys jobs? It's like, I saw something broken in them, Rachel. An inner dignity and a search for some kind of purpose in life. It's like, I'll use them to run a post-capitalist micro-society I'm building on New Zealand's South Island, and I have a feeling they're going to do very well. Like, what about this sunken temple their records talked about? There's no mention of it on any of the maps. So not everything in the world has been mapped yet. Thank God. He has a little tattoo. Those look like building blocks. So what a boring place it's going to be then. It's like, any luck? It's like, oh yes, judging from the Kajaro's architecture, I'd say this is 10th century, so the timing seems perfect. They'd have housed the scroll in something secure, and in those days that would have been the central chamber where only the initiated would have access. I'm sorry to think this was flooded on purpose. There's a mural here that tells the story of bringing the tracing from Constantinople in the 17th century. It talks about a bloodline started by a traveler and a plan to open a bridge to monsters unlike anything we've ever seen. It says this brotherhood would do anything to protect their mission, and their followers have held influence for a very long time indeed. This goes all the way back to ancient Babylon. These were the blueprints for the Tower of Babel, but it wasn't a tower. It was a doorway to another Earth for something terrible to come through. Like, Professor, we've got company. Try to distract them. This is everything we've been looking for. It's like, Professor, I think these guys are actually pirates. Like, just toss me the amphibious assault rifle when I give you the signal. It's like, God damn, stupid shark. That's not him saying shit. Say, hey there, What you doing in the middle of the sea? You got drugs on that boat you want to sell on the mainland? Professor? Sorry, Rachel. I've got problems of my own down here. I have 12 minutes of oxygen left, and my one road out seems to be blocked. I'm trying my best to move the rocks, but they're just not budging, and even if I do get out, there's an awful lot of sharks out there. So am I right thinking Hydrox was all you could lay your hands on for this dive? It's like exactly my plan. Flammable enough to blow a hole if I can ignite what's left in the cylinder with the flare. So you still need that gun? As soon as I give the word, please. So you ready? I'm ready. Boom! Brrrah, brrrah, brrrah. Well, she's laying the spread down. It's like, Rachel, now, throw me the gun. Is she trying to kill him or what? He didn't say waste the bullets. Hey! What's going on, Lincoln Soko? Appreciate the alert. I do need Jono's auto tuner. So throw me the gun. So she tosses the gun after she's already used it. Don't know how many bullets are left, if any. So he said, okay, enough to take out the sharks. So could this mission get any weirder? So please don't tell anyone I killed all those beautiful sharks. But Damascus. Say, so you came straight here from the sunken temple. Say, we wish. India led us to Constantinople. From there we did Nishapur and Bay in the last 3 days alone. But what we found in Nishapur dungeon told us everything we need to know about this secret society. The Brotherhood of the Dragon is an ancient cult going all the way back to the Babylonian kings. They've been bred to have no human empathy, and they are behind all these burned up rocket ships. So that's what was going on. Like all these rocket ships have been showing up, and he figured out that they're from another dimension, and the other dimension is planning an invasion into our world. Like they're working as agents of a parallel Earth, and the only thing that can stop them is hidden in this ancient ruin. Like this is the source of the tracing we were after, and we finally tracked it to the Temple of Bel. Well, I'm afraid there's good news and bad news on that front, Professor. Ooh, excuse me. Like the bad news is that the city of Palmyra has been captured by Islamic State. But the good news is they're very open to bribes. They've killed the archaeologists and done a lot of damage, but they're not as radicalized as you might think, and keen to open to a dialogue. So how much do they want? $2 million, and they'll give us a grand tour. Can we have this money wired? Why waste time when there's plenty locally? An old girlfriend of mine runs some shady high-end poker games nearby. I'll gamble what I have in my pockets and should rustle up $2 million before we all move out. Gosh, dog. That's quite some confidence. Do you really think that's wise, Professor? One thing I've learned on these cases is to have a little fun when you can, Rachel. And then he does his kid's homework. He's like, here's the answers to your homework, by the way. Oh, when your manager stealing money from the cash register receipt, he's found himself a mistress with very expensive taste. So he's just giving the answers out to everything. So an hour later, he's like, he's quite a guy, isn't he? How did you two meet? So he saved my life, Agent Strax. When we met, I was ex-special forces suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder and begging on the streets of Aleppo. I was an alcoholic, a drug addict, and on the brink of suicide when he stopped and sat with me talking for hours and figuring out a rescue plan. He took me to Thailand, spent the next 3 months with me living on the beach and working through all my problems until I felt like a different person. He does that, finds people who have lost all hope, takes them and takes great pleasure in bringing them back. That's the story behind all his assistants back in the United States. I just don't know where he finds the time. Impressive. His only flaw is that he's addicted to risk. That's what's always getting him into bad situations. Agent Strax, this is Edison Crane. I've won the money and I'm ready to go. But I'm going to need picking up Nasib al-Bakri. Could you count down from 300 and meet me at the south-facing window? Is everything okay, sir? Looks like he's gotten into another bad situation. Oh, thanks, Greg. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, definitely come back next week. Like I said, I grab about, out of all the comics that I pick up, depending on if it's a slow week or not, I get about between 8 and 10 books each week, and then I just grab 4 of them, some favorites. I may start doing posting them early. If you want to follow on Twitter, either Twitter, Facebook, one of the social medias, just look up the Direct Edition, and I'll probably post my list of what I picked out, and then sometimes let the audience choose what to read. But yeah, I really appreciate you dropping by, and then if people keep showing up, I'll keep reading. So, is there a problem? It's like time will tell. To be continued. I do like this Prodigy book. Magic Order is good, although delayed. I can't wait till the last. I think that's going to be the last issue to come out. Umbrella Academy. I don't know. I wanted to do well. I read the comics, but TV shows tend to stray so far from what I liked about the comics. So, and then the next issue on March 6th. All right. Lastly, oh man, this one's heavy. Last one up for the night. Uncanny X-Men. Man, that thing is thick. So, of course, Nate Gray has whisked away all the X-Men into the alternate world, and the only mutant left was Scott Summers, who is recently back from the dead. And we read Uncanny X-Men Annual last week, which kind of told the story of how Cyclops made it back from the dead, and it was a weird one. It was a retcon story, of course. He saved someone's life, and his son from the future, young Cable, had him create some type of device. So when he died, they implanted a device to harness Phoenix energy to bring Cyclops back to life. It's not the wildest return to life story I've ever heard, but it certainly gets up there. Every X-Men story is the same. They start with a simple idea. We have the right to be happy, we have the right to be safe, we have the right to exist. But then something hits us. We get knocked down. It turns out all the stories seem the same because I never knew the ending. But this one is different. I know that now. This is the last X-Men story. So it announced today that the drug commonly called the anti-mutant vaccine has passed clinical trials and is set to launch nationwide later this year. Other countries have already begun mandatory vaccinations of children. So after a pitched battle, the X-Men were wiped out without a trace. They are presumed dead. So this is telling what's going on in the real world, while Nate Gray has the X-Men trapped in a little fantasy world. It's like, hurry up. Real art takes time. Like, I don't think the Worthington Foundation is going to appreciate your art, at least not on their art. It's like, why don't you go? It was like, and you misspelled mutant. It's like, Tyler, run. It's him. It's Cyclops. Maybe you didn't hear, kid. Cyclops is dead. It's like, here's your coffee, mister. It's like, thanks. Like, so weird. It's like, pardon? It's like, sorry, I was reading over your shoulder, but that's some of the weirdest stuff I've ever seen. It's like, you must be new here. It's like, 6 months. I see you in here just about every night with this stuff. I'm just looking for something I lost. Cryptic. I like a mysterious man. He's like, well, I'll be in the back if you need anything, Mr. Mystery. It's like, thank you. It's like, oh, damn it. David called the cops. Bunch of creeps giving a girl outside a hard time. Like, that's the bad part about working in a place like this, mystery man. You can always... Oh. Like, don't you get it? Your time is up, freak. This is our... Is there a problem here, gentlemen? Mind your business, man. The girl's a mutie freak. Then she is my business. You a mutie sympathizer or something? Like, don't use that word again. Or what? I'll make sure you remember the bad decisions you made here tonight for the rest of your lives. Shut your mouth, big man. Oh, bottle to the back. Some folks just won't take the hint, eh? Get him, Cyclops. Now you got 2 feet in your chest. Like, so be it. Oh. Arm broken. Say, my subtle days are behind me anyway. So you didn't lose something? Something lost you, Mr. Summers. Sorry. It's like, blindfold. It's like, Ruth, my God, what are you? It's like, looking for you. It's like, why don't we go? I said, no, thank you. I'll stay out here. I came here because I needed to talk to you, Mr. Summers. Talk. How did you find... It's like, right, sorry. I didn't want to, please, but I thought you'd want to know. Thank you. They're dead. I see things and they're all dead. Say, we don't know they're dead, Ruth. Nobody, and nothing will ever be the same ever. Don't do what you're going to do. The mistakes we make now follow us, even in death. You know, even back, this is forever. I have to leave now. Leave some money for the window now. Wait, Ruth, don't go. You muty son of a... Maria throws him into the window. It's like, Ruth, where are you? Damn it, Ruth. It's like, Mr. Ulrich? Not now. There's someone here to see you. Not now. It's like, I think a reporter like yourself might be interested in someone like me, Mr. Ulrich. Ben Urich. It's like, shut the door, Marcia. Scott Summers, is it you? Like, Scott Summers, it is you, right? What are... It's like, I'll make you a deal, Urich. You help me, I answer your questions. Help you with what? Finding the X-Men. So you're the best capes reporter around since Phil Sheldon died. He was a better photographer than he was a writer. Listen, Scott, I appreciate this. You're a hell of a story. You're a damn Pulitzer. But I gotta tell you, son, you don't want this. It's real bad time to tell the world Mr. Angry Mutant is back. Your life might be easier if you stay dead. Well, I have. Let me finish. As for helping you, I can't. I looked when they all went missing. Everyone did. At this point, you just have to accept it. The X-Men are all dead. Hell's Kitchen. 6 beers and 1 bottle of whiskey later. And another thing. If they're all dead, why am I still here? Huh, Yurik? Who's smart now? Like, just blast the bottle. Like, nice shot. I've been watching you for 45 minutes, and that's the first one I've seen you hit. So they're not all dead. If all the X-Men are dead, who are these cats coming out of the woodwork? It was like, Madrix, is that really you? That's what they tell me. You doing okay here, boss? I never took you for the drinking yourself to death type, especially after your death. Like, how did you find me? It's kind of what I do. Also, you've been firing giant red strobe lights into the sky for over an hour. That helped. I'm actually sort of shocked the Avengers haven't shown up and wailed on you already. I need your help, Jamie. I'm trying to track down any mutants out there. You and half the world's governments. Jamie, look, I'm sorry, but they're all gone, Scott. Every mutant I know got killed, locked up, deported, or went underground. Except the ones who were already underground. They just stayed there. Underground? Hey! What about Blindfold? I saw her, but then she vanished. Can you help me find her? If she wanted to be found, she'd have come to light. Showman. I need this, Jamie. I'll see what I can do. No promises. You alright, Scott? You need some money? Yeah, I could use a few hundred. Like, don't spend it all in one place, son. Like Midtown Sewers. Looking for something, pretty boy? Actually, I was looking for you. We need to talk. It's like, I don't think we do. So what's going on out there in the world? The world? We're not part of your world now, Cyclops. Callisto, that's not... You want to tell me about the world? Why don't you tell me where the hell your precious X-Men were when the world came down here and dragged our people away last month? Where the hell were you? I was dead. Well played, Summers. But I think the days when you come down here to tell us how the world works are long gone. It's like, you're right. You all seem to be doing great down here, Callisto. You want to find out how we're... Easy, Cal. He's just taking the piss. Nobody told me we had company, and it's an old mate to boot. I can handle it. I'm sure you can, love, but that's not the point, right? Chamber, what are you doing down here? That's the question, ain't it? Look at me. Here's where I'm supposed to be, or need to be. Lots changed since you've left, mate. Died. There's the rub. You led the X-Men in the war against the Avengers, the Inhumans, anyone who looks at you wrong, right? You make the world hate us, and then you drop dead. The kicker. Your bloody wanker of a son comes back to finish the job you started. Nate was very sick. Now you wander down here where I'm running the show and strut your stuff, and to top it all off, you have the bollocks to ask why I'm here. I'm here because we all got in it. Jono, I believe there's a better way. I bet you do. But guess what, mate? The world is done with the X-Men, and so are we. So piss off. Central Park, Manhattan. Ruins of the Xavier Institute for Mutant Education and Outreach. Hell of a metaphor, isn't it? Mutant education and outreach, and they're just plowing it to the ground. Got me again. You are really good at finding people, Jamie. Yeah, I know. What's with the dupes? Honestly, I have a paranoid side. Jamie Prime's the one by the trees, and I wasn't really sure if you were going to try something on me. Jeez, Jamie, why would I? These days, nobody's getting hurt by being too careful, especially not guys with mutant tattooed on their face. I found Chamber. I thought I smelled sewage. You know he hates you, right? Yeah, I got that. Anyway, here's the address. You found her? What is she doing? Hiding, Scott. She's hiding. So I did what you asked, and now I'm out. Don't come looking for me next. Jamie, she knows something. She can help us figure out. Spare me, man. You want some advice? Not really. Leave the girl alone. Nothing good ever came from Scott Summers being involved. Prospect Park, South Brooklyn. This is forever. What did they do? No, Ruth, what did you do? It's like this vaccine was introduced only a few months ago, and look at the changes we've already seen. A safer world isn't just possible, it's happening. Now, I know my opponent, Senator Allen, had a change of heart. The boo, traitor. Now, it's true. He spent a lot of time around the genetically abnormal, and he says the vaccine was the wrong way to do things. I think it's wrong, too. I think it doesn't go far enough. It's time for the ticking bombs among us to be stopped. It's time for us to feel safe again. It's time for us to take back our future, a future for humanity. Yes, humanity. Miss Presto, what do you have to say to the families whose mutant children have been killed by the government? What do you have to say to the families whose children have been deported? I see we have a mutant lover in the crowd. You want to know what I say to the mutant families? I tell you what I say. How many classmates did your child kill today? What sort of private army is your child joining? What about my kid? Humanity for humans. Like, Q, mutie lover. What's up?
I'm trying to tell you that you still know you have to pick up Grandma, right?
Yeah.
It's past 9. Okay.
Say, wait, my glasses, stay back. Remember Beaver Lake? Hit him. Oof. Ugh. What's that glowing? Stay away from me. Who's there? That's enough. Close your eyes, Summers. That's better. Here, you drop these. Welcome back, Scott. I wish we were meeting under better circumstances, though. Thank you, but I'm not sure there are better circumstances for people like me these days. These are trying times, for sure, Scott. I think that depends on what you look like, Steve. You told me once you regretted not doing more for mutants. Do you remember that? Because I just came back to find mutants being hunted and driven to extinction again, and I find you draped in the flag in the middle of a hate rally. It's like, that's not fair, and you know it. I'm here to make sure people don't get hurt. Your people, you mean, because you sure didn't do that for mine. Whatever happened to the X-Men? Look, I'm sorry, Scott. I wish I had done more, but what did you hope to accomplish coming here? A person was on stage endorsing the end of my race to a cheering crowd. I wanted to see it with my own two eyes. I wanted to challenge it to its face. I thought standing up to fascism was something you might understand. In a crowd of angry people, surrounded by police snipers, this wasn't an act of protest. It was a suicide attempt. Let's go somewhere and talk. Q, Rogers. Trust me, this isn't helping. There are cameras. You don't want the world to see you like this. No, I do. Hey, you want a real story? Okay. You have to promise to broadcast it unedited. I need the world to see this. This is Cyclops, leader of the X-Men. If there are any X-Men still out there, now is the time. Our people need you. I need you. In 2 nights' time, I will return to where it all began. Come find me. Snap. It's like, hello, is someone out there? You've come back to save us? Who's out there? My hero. Donald Pierce and the Reavers reporting for duty, Professor Cyclops. You shouldn't have come back, boy. The purifiers have been waiting. It's like, did you really think we weren't all going to come running for a shot at the last X-Man? Sapien League is here to finish this. You're going to die, Summers. Probably. But I'm going to get to take a lot of you with me. That's what I'm talking about, Cyclops. Before we get started, I just need to know, after all this time, what's it like knowing that you failed? Knowing your friends all died, the world doesn't care, and that you're going to die all alone. He ain't alone. Snakes! Boy, what a way to make an entrance. This is gonna be fun. Guess who's back? Back again. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Ladies and gentlemen, Wolverine has entered the building. Oh, nice. Logan. Logan. Slim. Now that we're all caught up, let's go. We got work to do. So what's the rest of it? It seems like there's still a whole nother book. Cosmic Ghost Rider. Oh, Wolverine returns. It's like, you're sloppy, old man. Ridgewood, Queens, 4 days ago. So you gotta get yourself killed again. I didn't bring... Schneet. Oh, for... Also, he's been protecting Cyclops this whole time. It's like, wait. Crunch. Nowhere to run. Logan, I said, wait. So you are Logan, right? So many damn Wolverines running around these days, but you're him, the real one. I know you. You will. It's Cable. I'm a bit fuzzy on some of my past, but I remember you being older. What happened? Nothing yet. You owe me a rifle, by the way. And you owe me an eye. So why are you trying to kill your old man? I'm not. I saved him. Oh, they both been looking at him, after him. It's like, why are you out here? It's like, I don't know. I was looking for the X-Men, but cut up in some dumb shit along the way. When I finally got here, everyone tells me they're all gone. Slim's still here. So I guess I figured if anybody knew anything, it'd be him. But he seems just as lost as... He seems lost. You didn't talk to him? I don't want anything to do with all the usual Summers crap. No offense, I just want answers. He knows what you know. They're all dead. He also doesn't believe it. Then I guess I'm done here. Logan, wait. You have to look out for him. He's not my daddy, kid. I can't watch him anymore. I have to go. Something bad is coming. So what? I don't know. This cryptic tough guy act really work on people? If I knew what it was, I'd tell you, but I don't. I just know bad things are heading his way and yours. So what am I supposed to do? Find someone who knows what's coming? Bishop's dead. Not him. Lawrenceville, Kansas. Ding dong. It's like, hell. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. What do you want, Logan? Actually, I don't care. I'm out. It's like, I'm not here for you. Hello, Logan. How'd you find me? It's like, come on, Layla. That's that's sort of what I do. And like, that's a cool line. This is about Scott. No, maybe. Cable told me to look after Scott, but Cable's dead. I know he's just a kid now and as much of a jerk as you'd expect. I was just trying to find answers on the X-Men. I don't know what happened to them. I don't know things anymore. It's like, damn it, Cable said I need to watch Scott. He said something bad is going to happen, but I don't know if the bad thing is going to happen to Scott. Or Scott is the bad thing. You'd say, yeah, find Ruth, blindfold. Maybe she can help. All the X-Men are gone. Trust me. Go to the tunnels. You want to come with me? I could use you. I'd like to keep Davy here as far away from the sewers for as long as I can. Let what's-his-face watching. Hey, as tempting as you make a trip to the sewers seem, I'm happy just being a mom for now. Besides, it's been nice getting to know what's-his-face all over again. Maybe next time, then. Cute kid, by the way, takes after you. Not sure you don't want to stay for dinner? I made beef stroganoff. That's my favorite. Did you? Never mind. Have a good night. Goodbye, Logan. I know that look. What? Cyclops is in trouble. And you can go be a hero for a little while instead of hanging around here all day getting in my way. Sweetheart, your dear husband was never much of an X-Man. You're not much of a husband either, but that doesn't stop you from pretending. Damn. So Midtown sewers. Somebody's leaving a trail of bodies. So tighten it up. They'll know we're here now. We need to find our objective this time. Sorry, Chief. Little fella spooked me. That's the best apology you can do, Agent Young. Agent Young? What the hell? It's like, oh my god, it's the Wolverine! Brrr, brrr. And he's going to town. Sneak! Why are you here? Kids, the girl and... What girl? The one who can't see. Please help me. Blam. Up yours, mutie. Blam. Nice job, Logan. I owe you one. Who were they? One. You remember them, right? The friendly government agency that turned your house into a concentration camp and parked killer robots on your lawn. Why are they here? Because you X-Men almost ripped the world in half. I'm not an X-Man anymore. No one is, and that's the problem. They were afraid of the X-Men. Magneto, Xavier, Summers, you all scared the shit out of them. But that kept them in line. Then Legion and X-Men had their little war and almost destroyed everything. Then all the X-Men died. The humans aren't scared anymore. They're just angry. They're taking prisoners. They're taking prisoners? They don't. They just kill us. What about Ruth? I don't know her, Ruth. But time for you to head back to the surface, old man. We're done here. She's not telling the truth, you know. I know you. You don't remember me. I was told you wouldn't, but I was also told they'd catch me. So, it's Gabe, Kohulik, Velocidad. Velocidad? You look like shit, yeah. It's been a rough couple of weeks. What happened? My powers. I speed up time around myself, so the last few weeks for you was a lot longer for me. It's been rough helping the Morlocks, Ruth. So she was here. Yeah, but she hasn't been here for, I guess, a few days for you. She liked being around other mutants. She said it felt safe, or it did. Now she's moving around. She's not well, man. She's having trouble separating the present from her memories of the past and her visions of the future. It's all occurring to her at once. Do you know where she is now? She doesn't want to be found. I know, kid, but she needs to be. Prospect Park, South Brooklyn. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you, Mr. Logan. Damn it. My abilities. Get out of the road. How did you know I was out here? My abilities are great. Nice place you got here, Ruth. My abilities are greatly valuable. That's good. So you've been okay? I've been running. My abilities are greatly valuable to those willing to abuse me, them. But I move here to hide. Well-off people don't want to know your troubles. They don't want to look you in the face. You can disappear around them, so I became well-off. Listen, I'm sorry things weren't going well. It's rough for everyone right now, but I need your help. I talked to Layla, and I don't know who that is. Sorry. Layla Miller. Doesn't matter. I need to know what's coming. You already know. Death. Is that what you told Scott? I haven't told him yet. I will tell you both soon. I talked to the waitress at Harry's. I know you saw him 2 days ago. I told him to not do what he's going to do. He will. You can save him, though. Cable was right. I don't care about him. I don't think I want this anymore. The hero thing, I'm not Scott Summers' keeper. No, sorry, you're not. But often he was yours. This life we have, Logan, we don't get to quit. This is forever. Whoa, you okay? I will be. I know that now. Promise me you will keep an eye on him, please. Sure, kid, fine. I'm more worried about you. I told you now. Sorry. Now I have to take a bath. I'll go, but if you need anything, I want you to reach out. I won't. Good night, Ruth. Goodbye, Logan. Oh no. What is he doing here? If I didn't know any better, I'd say the X-Men were up to something. You're getting sloppy, Logan. Letting us sneak up on you like this. Knew you were there, just didn't care. I get mad when old friends come to town and don't call but back from the dead, and not even an email. Seems rude. Got nothing to say. What are you doing here, Logan? Because it feels a bit suspicious. Was just about to say the same thing about all the Avengers who showed up to protect a hate rally, Buck. We're not protecting this filth. We're here to keep the peace. You've been gone, so I'll cut you some slack, but things have become tense around mutants' issues. If there was any kind of incident, the MLF, the Brotherhood, the X-Men, they're just trying to make sure it doesn't get worse for everyone. Maybe you should stop worrying about everyone and just worry about the ones being killed. Is that why you're here? Revenge? If I wanted revenge, you need more Avengers than this. I'm here for the same reason as you. Make sure there's no more incidents. So you watch your Boy Scout and I'll watch mine. Might be a bit late. Damn it. Logan, let Cap handle it. Please. I know you, Logan. Everyone still thinks you're dead. I know part of you must want to keep it that way, right? This is your way out. This is your chance at peace. You don't want to be Wolverine for this world anymore. And the world doesn't want another Wolverine. Don't get caught up in Scott's war. I made a promise, Nat. You've made a lot. But I gotta keep this one, I think. Well then, I'm sorry for what's coming, Logan. Me too. Cyclops made his little speech. Damn, he's standing on the lawn like, come at me, bro. This is Cyclops, leader of the X-Men. If there are any X-Men still out there, now is the time. Our people need you, I need you. 2 nights' time, I'll return to where it all began. Come find me. You want to go first? No, we go first. He's ours. $1,000 to the one who kills him. Deal. Hello, is someone out there? You've come back to save us, my hero. Who's out there? Donald Pearson and Reavers reporting for duty. Professor Cyclops. You shouldn't have come back, boy. The Purifiers have been waiting. Did you really think we weren't all going to come running for a shot at the last X-Man? Sapien League is here to finish this. You're going to die, Summers. Probably. But I'm going to get to take a lot of you with me. Before we get started, I just need to know, after all this time, what's it like knowing that you failed? Fuck it. Knowing your friends all died, the world doesn't care, and that you're going to die all alone. He ain't alone. Shit. Oh, 3-1. And then we find out what happened to Blindfold. I've always been gifted. Blindfold, we have to go. We have to go to the tunnels now. Sorry, did we have this conversation already, Gabriel? No, Ruth. Please, we have to go. The Morlocks will help us. What about Loa? I've always been cursed. She's dead, Ruth. Come on. So peaceful. You're going to get caught, you know. No, I'm not. And neither are you. I can see the future. Something is going wrong. You're going to get caught. You can't just sneak out, you know. I know. I'm getting confused. Ruth, hey, what's going on? I have to go find Cyclops. Thank you. Cyclops? He's dead, Ruth. You're confused again. Yes, I have to warn them. They're all going to die. Who? The X-Men. That already happened, Ruth. They already died. As the future becomes the present and the present becomes the past, the distinctions are blurring for me. This isn't now. They'll come here soon, but it will be too late, and they won't remember you, Gabriel. I'm sorry. I need to convince them to help. I need help. Ruth, wait. I know what that means. I need help. Here you go. No, I need to convince him to help. What? And what's with the blindfold? They say our future stretches infinitely before us. Forever it is unknown. People don't like to look at this. Sorry. Holy, you're a freaking beauty. You're a freaking beauty. I thought you were all dying. No. Soon. Don't you get it? Your time's up, freak. This is our... Is there a problem here, gentlemen? Is there a problem here? No, honey, no problem. It's all the money you got. For now, yes. You gonna spend it on a lottery ticket? Yes. I want a nice house to die in. But it isn't infinite because we don't know if it... We don't know it. It is infinite because it will always have been forever. Wouldn't you rather save up for some new clothes or get some food? No, I'm not hungry. Ding dong. Said I paid your delivery guy. I figured it was okay if I took a slice, okay? No, I'm not hungry. Hello, blindfold. Surprised to see me? Hello, Jamie. I don't get surprised and I don't see. Right. Sorry. But if you don't get surprised, then you know Scott's looking for... I know. When you get to the end, it doesn't mean it wasn't infinite. It just means it's forever behind you. You say no, and I tell him I've never found you. So I'll just ask, do you want to see him? No, but he can see me. You can tell him where I am. I won't see him. You're a weird little kid, even by X-Men standards. You know that, right? I have a feeling you only let me find you so I'd tell Scott where you were. So I'll do that. But if I were you, I'd be long gone when he gets here. I've always liked you, Mr. Madrix. I'm sorry for what's going to happen to you. Yes, tell Layla I'm sorry. Okay, you've lasted this long on your own. I know you're good, Ruth. I will be. And thanks for finding me so others won't be lost. Goodbye, Jamie. You didn't lose something. Something lost you, Mr. Summers. Sorry. Blindfold. Ruth, my God, what are you looking for you? Why don't we go? No, thank you. I'll stay out here. I came here because I needed to talk to you, Mr. Summers. Talk. How did you find... Right, sorry. I didn't want to, please, but I thought you'd want to know. Thank you. They're dead. I see things, and they're all dead. We don't know they're dead, Ruth. Nobody... Nothing will ever be the same, ever. Don't do what you're going to do. The mistakes we make now follow us, even in death. You know, even back. This is forever. This life we have, Logan, we don't get to quit. No, sorry. No, sorry, you're not. But often he was yours. Oh, that's when he was like, I don't want this hero thing anymore. I don't want to be Scott Summers' keeper. So you can save him though. Cable was right. I told him not to do what he's going to do. He will. Talk to the waitress at Harry's. I know you saw him 2 days ago. I haven't told him yet. I will tell you both soon. Is that what you told Scott? Death. You already know. Layla Miller doesn't matter. I need to know what's going on. I don't know who that is. Sorry. It's rough for everyone right now, but I need your help. I talked to Layla and listen, I'm sorry. Things aren't going well. I was born with a gift, but any gift can become a curse. You might have people try to take it from you, or you might find it's not there when you need it. Or maybe people just hate you for having it. My gift is seeing the future. My curse is knowing I no longer have one. Damn, that was kind of bleak. Suicide prevention. Alright, guys. Whew, that was a long one. That was our last story. Again, thanks everybody for dropping in. Thanks everybody for hanging out. We'll be back next week with some more comics to read. And of course, you're tearing up my heart. Put this back in the bag. So of course, if you guys want to check out more about these stories, visit your local comic book shop. There's several here in town. If you need to know where they are, hit me with a message. I'll be happy to tell you the local shops that are in your area. But I got to get out of here. Again, thank you guys, and I will catch you all later. Deuces.